Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Every great achievement begins with the decision to try and the commitment to keep pushing until the goal is reached. Amelia Earhart, Speech, International Aeronautic Association, 1936. During my icebreak speech, I shared with you guys a little bit about myself. The way I was brought up as an evangelical Christian and how gospel music and singing and was a big part of this religion and how my parents held these values really closely. For those who weren't here, I'm Caesar. I'm originally from Brazil, and you might be asking yourself how I ended up here in Ireland in this small town. I'm not sure if I'm able to answer the questions. Could be the destiny, my plans, God's plan, who knows? One thing for sure is that education had a profound impact in my life, and I affirm it's one of the reasons I'm here today sharing my story with you all. Today I'm going to expand a little bit about how I started learning playing the guitar. After having my after having my mom to my school to watch me in class because the teacher was struggling to keep my behavior under control, I decided to change and I became this kid with passion for learning and it which led me to different paths and also to learn to play the guitar. I started learning playing the guitar around the age of 10, and I can't recall why I started. Maybe because my dad had tried before. He got a guitar from a sister, Christina, who started to teach my dad and would later teach me. However, my dad just ended up as most of the learners, guitar learners, only able to play one, two songs on a dusty guitar. I understand, my dad. It's a lot of harder when you work 8 hours a day and have a family. It's easier to devote a ton of time to guitar when you're a student without real responsibility. Learn an instrument or indeed any skill requires time, patience, and resilience and the dedication. Do you know how many guitars learners quit after few months of training? Yeah, here a true fact. 90% they give up after barely 4 months of learning. So, yeah, every day after school. Day after school. So, one day after school. Yeah, it's really a shocking number. One day after school, I found myself looking at the guitar and decided to have a go. First, holding the guitar was awkward and uncomfortable, and trying to make the guitar chords was even painful when fretting the notes. Well, for some reason, I kept on practicing. I think because of how much I enjoyed learning and linked to my passion for learning, I feel I've always had. Perhaps I also wanted to show my parents the skills I could develop. I would practice every day after school. As we know, kids have a plenty of time, free times, and pick up things up quite quickly. I was trying to remember how painful it was. However, the joy of learning and see my progress overcame all the pain. One of the barriers that most people can get past in their early days is that they don't have the resilience to endure a little bit of pain to build calluses, which are absolutely necessary to play the guitar well and for long periods of time. The most common reason Queens quit is because of pain. I would have the guitar lessons every 2 weeks with my teacher, Sister Christina. She was a big woman. She wore glasses and she reminded me a bit of Oprah. When she was a strong, she had a strong voice and a great sense of humor. She was a key person in my process to learn. She would motivate me to keep learning when I find myself okay. So she used this notepad with some handwriting to teach me some of the notes, and it was everything that I need to keep throwing. I didn't need much to keep doing going because the desire was there. I also remember Arnold Schwarzenegger once saying when he was trying 5 hours a day lifting heavy weights, people used to come up to him and ask why he was smiling. The other guy in the gym was the same doing the same training, but they have a sour face and they're pissed because of they had to do another rep. But Arnold looked forward to doing more and more until his arms fall off because he knew every rep, every set that he did, he got a step closer to turn his dream into reality. The moment it has arrived, after few months of practice, I was finally able to play my first song. It was the church song that my parents used to sing often. They were delighted to sing and play together. A memory that we will never forget. Life came on the way, and I now have a one-off relationship with my guitar. I can currently play some songs like Wonderwall and blah blah blah. After these years, after few, after all these years, it's not about how well I'm able to play, but it's about the lessons, about learning, education, and how small steps add up to be something big over time, which all comes down to family and friends have a great time playing and singing together.